Hey guys, Akil Mohideen here. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a lot of things. Number one, we're going to be removing the other on your Mac by reinstalling OS X. We're going to be also installing a new SSD in an old MacBook Pro. And finally, upgrading the RAM. The MacBook Pro that I have is a late 2011 model. And for the SSD installation, you're going to need a SATA to USB cable, like this. You can just find one on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. And you're also going to need a Torque T6 screwdriver. And finally, a PH00 Phillips head. Right there. And for the RAM installation, all you're going to need is the PH00 screwdriver. And of course, I'm going to have a link to all of this in the description, including the SSD that I used and the RAM that I used, which was the Samsung H40 Evo SSD and a Corsair RAM that I don't remember the name of, but I will have the link of it in the description, including the tools. So I hope this video helps you guys. Alright, so for this installation, I used the Samsung H40 Evo SSD, because it's compatible, it's fast, it's really top of the line, so it was a really nice choice. Now you're going to want to go ahead and plug it in via the SATA to USB cable to your computer, and then you're going to want to go to Applications, Utilities, Disk Utility. Now click on the Samsung SSD, Partition, Current 1 Partition, name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it Macintosh SSD. I would recommend something along those lines. Then format, Mac OS X extended journaled, options, GUID partition table. Then go ahead and click apply, and then partition. Now once it's done being partitioned, you can open up the App Store. You're going to go to OS X Yosemite and download it. I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to show that right now. Once it's finished downloading, go to Launchpad, then install OS X Yosemite. Once it loads, press Continue, Agree, and Agree. Then click Show All Disks, and click on the SSD that you just formatted, so the Macintosh SSD. Then click Install and type in your password. It's going to install it automatically, and then it will automatically restart into the new SSD and finish the installation process from there. It'll take about 15 minutes. Once it's done, it's going to go ahead and reboot, and you're just going to go ahead through the installation process. Click on what's your name, set up your home folder. Then power it off, flip it over, and take off all the screws with the PH00 screwdriver. Now, where the arrow is pointing is where the hard drive is. So you're going to use your PH00 screwdriver again, the Phillips head, and take off this bracket that's holding the hard drive down. Now, and remember, since we reinstalled OS X, the new SSD does not have any of the other. So we're going to take this old hard drive out, like this. Just go ahead and pull it out. Now don't pull it out too hard because it's still connected with the SATA cable, so make sure you pull that out. Pull the SATA cable out, that is, first, and then put the hard drive off to the side. But before you do that, you're going to want to take off these screws on the sides with the Torque screwdriver. Now all 4 of these, and you're going to re-put those screws into the new SSD. Just in these holes, just like that. You're just going to put them back in. Then take off the little tape thing that's on the sides and put it on the SSD. This will just help you take the SSD out in case you need to in the future. So go ahead and do that. And then make sure that those screws are in. See how the screws are in? Then reconnect the SATA cable. And put it back in. Now you see those little rubber things there? The screws that you screwed in, the Torque screws, are going to slide in there. It helps with vibration and shocks and things. Then you're going to re-put on the bracket, using the PH00 screwdriver. Alright, and then you're going to put the cover back on and reinstall the screws. Now, since we put the new SSD in, it doesn't have any of our old files. So you want to reconnect the old hard drive with the SATA to USB cable and boot into the new SSD. Then you're going to want to go to iTunes. This is how you import your iTunes library from your old hard drive onto the new SSD. Load up iTunes. Just click Don't Download. And go to iTunes Preferences, go to Advanced, go to make sure that Copy Files to iTunes Media is selected. And then press OK. Then go to File, Add to Library. Now you're going to navigate to your old hard drive. So go to Users, your username, Music, iTunes, and just click Open. Now it's going to import all of the music that was in your old iTunes library, provided that all the music on your computer was in your iTunes library. Now any other music that was in some other directory, just go ahead and add to library, and then navigate to that directory and click Open, and it'll add that music too. Alright, now to add any other file, you just want to go to your old hard drive, find the directory of the file that you want to copy in. So, for example, my brother wanted to copy over some of the files that he had, some of his documents and stuff from high school and college. So he's just going to go ahead and click on all of that. And he's going to navigate to his new SSD and replace them. So for example, the old files was in his old hard drive, users, his username, and desktop. So he's going to select the files that he wants, and he's going to go to his new Macintosh SSD, users, his username, and desktop. And he's just going to copy them in. You'll do the same for any other directory. So say you have a movie, you're going to go to your old hard drive, users, your username, movies, copy the movie, then go to your new SSD, users, your username, movies, and then paste it. Alright, so once that's done copying, now it's a little bit tedious having copy over all your stuff, but remember you only want to copy over the necessities, because other might be hidden in some of the old files. So only copy over the bare necessities, such as your music, your pictures, and movies if you really want to keep that, and then your documents. Applications can most likely be reinstalled, so I would not recommend copying those over. Alright, now for the RAM installation, make sure that you have your RAM and the PH00 Phillips screwdriver. Take off the back plate, and that's where the RAM is. Alright, so you want to go to the RAM, zoom in a second, there you go, and the little tongs on the outside, you're going to push them apart and the RAM will just pop up. You're going to pull it out. Now the RAMs are on top of each other, which makes it a little harder, but I found that if you push out the tongs a little bit more, it'll come up, the bottom won't come up, and you can pull it out. Now RAM installation is really simple. It only goes in one way because there's a notch about 2/3 down the RAM, so just go ahead and match it up, put it in, push it down, and it will click into place. Once you hear the click, you'll know that it's in. There you go. Alright, then you're going to put the cover back on and re-put the screws in. And then, guys, everything should be fine. Okay, so I think that pretty much sums it up for this video. Other than that, just make sure that you guys are being very careful when you're handling the internal components, as of you don't want to damage them. Such as when you're taking out the old hard drive, make sure you're very careful pulling it out because you don't want to tug too hard and rip out the ribbon cable. Also make sure that you know where the screws go on the back plate of the MacBook Pro, because some screws are longer than others. Other than that, it was pretty seamless process, not that bad. If you guys have any questions or you need any help, just go ahead and shoot me an email. I'll have it in the description, or just put something in the comments and I'll try and get back to you guys. But I think I'll just see you guys in the next one.